Hello and welcome to another episode of Kwesi's Corner with me, Kwesi. Today, we are going to be touching on two iconic snares, the Ludwig Supra-phonic 402 and the Ludwig Supra-phonic Black Beauty, both of which are great snares, and we're going to see a bit more of what they're about up next. Okay, so first off we have the Ludwig 402, the chrome plated aluminium shell 14 by 6.5 snare. This is 1.7 mil of seamless aluminium, 2.3 mil steel triple flange hoops, a P85 throw off, which is the newest throw off they have. At the moment, at the time of this video anyway, and P35 butt. Ludwig Weathermaster medium coated head on the top, and Ludwig Weathermaster clear head on the bottom. 10 lugs and standard set of wires that come with Ludwig. So this one features the Imperial lugs, as the Black Beauty will do, as you'll see. The Imperial lugs tend to be a little more popular here for whatever reason, but they're also available in tube lugs, and this snare is also available in a hammered finish as opposed to this clean kind of seamless look. It's USA made, which some people like to hear. It's got crisp attack, quite high tone, perfect balance of full resonant tone and snare crack. And you can play all kinds of styles to this, jazz to metal. I like this one a lot. I use this one and this an old Premiere, but this one is great. Like I said, snappy, great attack, nice rich tones. One particular gentleman who made this snare famous, may he rest in peace, is Mr. John Henry Bonham. Now, for those of you, if you don't know who John Henry Bonham is, he is one of the founding members of a huge and legacy-packed band called Led Zeppelin, and he helped make the brand famous in the rock scene. One of the many guys who was playing that at the time, and this particular snare did bits. Like I said, it's bright attack, crisp. You can crank that way up and it's not going to choke on you. You can turn that down and it's not going to sound like a tin pan with some wire on it. It's rich, and it's been used in multiple recordings over the years, various styles of music. Again, one of the most versatile snares that's on the market today. Ain't the cheapest around by any mean feat, but you know what? If you are looking for something solid that you can rely on in the studio, something that you can run an array of styles with and know that's gonna do jobs, this is the snare right here. When you can take something like this that's been untouched, straight out the factory, looking sweet, sounding sweet, just then you want to be able to do something yourself to it and just put your own mark on it for life, then boy, this is a snare that can talk to you, and do bits, and you can rely on gig after gig after gig. These things rarely fail, and like I said, they've upgraded some bits on it that were a bit iffy, namely the throw off. So they've got this new throw off. It's a slightly sleeker design of compared to the old one, but now that's sorted out and the issues with that have been addressed. You can enjoy like quite a lot of use out of these. You know, what can I say? Very impressed with the snare. And I think you're going to see a bit of this up next. Both tune high, low, and kind of see the range spectrum of sound that it has to offer. Alright, next up we have the legendary Black Beauty snare. Now this one is obviously the latest iteration or the latest version of this snare. Comes in 14 by 6.5 and this one features the standard lugs that come with it, albeit slightly updated over the years. So it's 10 lug design, 1.2 millimeter seamless brass shell, nickel plated. We'll get back to that in a sec. 2.3 millimeter steel triple flange hoops, and a P85 AC throw off. It's again the latest version of that. It's been, you know, updated through the years. This is the latest one that they have. And the P35 butt plate and the Ludwig Weathermaster snare skin on the top. Also features the Ludwig Weathermaster hazy at the bottom. Going into this snare, obviously I played on the 402. That's a lovely snare, but this one, man, I remember like when I was first in this shop, first started working here, and to be honest, I hadn't played on the Black Beauty. So I was actually showing a customer and I was blagging it. May he never remember who I was, but yeah, I was blagging it, you know. I was like, yeah, and there's also the Black Beauty, you know. I stuck it on and I hit that and I went, oh. Let me tell you something about this snare. It's not legendary for nothing. Obviously we're introduced in 1911, so way back. Ludwig was doing Black Beauties, and man, tone, it's got that darker tone that the 402 doesn't have. Very sensitive, extremely sensitive. That brass captures every nuance of the stick hit, every stick hit that you subject this snare to. Obviously having triple flange hoops, steel hoops, enables it to ring out that much more. As I mentioned earlier, this is made out of one sheet of brass. So if you were to look around the snare, you would notice that there are no seam lines, no seams. This is one sheet that's been cut. So it actually allows it to resonate that much more clearly. It allows for a really open, round sound. Now I know the price, some people would sniff at it. Some people would start, oh my life, what are you talking about? How dare you? If you know what you like sound-wise and you're looking for that snare that will do jobs, you know, that dark tone, that 6.5 providing that beefiness, the nuances that you can get from this absolute beast of a snare, So sensitive, one of the most sensitive I've played. This thing right here, when played properly and in the right environment and tuned tastefully, this thing sounds actually an absolute beast, and it's a joy to play. And again, it's so versatile as well. Like, you know, you can crank this right up, stick a snare on it, stick a little moon gel, you got something there, dry, straight. You can open that up, wet as you like, splat, splat. You know, you've got that real open tone with the open hats. I chose actually for this, for the demos, some 15 Turks, just to complement the fact that it's an open kind of big sound that these both produce. And obviously these can close up and, you know, kind of shrivel up sound-wise quite nicely along with the snare. So it's a good compliment for that. But long and short of it is, if you're in a position to get one and you know that you can, you know, add that to your repertoire, why not? This is not going to battle any other snares. It's got its own unique sound. Sensitive as you like. Defo, a great addition to any snare squad. So you see a bit of that up next. Both tuned fairly low and also fairly high. I've tried to, you know, not go too far either side of the spectrum, but just so you get an idea of what this is saying. So you see this up next. Alright, so both of these snares are amazing sounding snares, very versatile. I have my own preference, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter what I think. At the end of the day, it's about what you guys think and your opinion on this snare. I'm just playing it, I'm just demoing it for you guys to hear it at different rates of volume, different ways to be played, with different ways to be played. But ultimately, it's about your preference. Some people tend to go for the 402 because they like the brightness, and obviously the price is a bit more, I guess, forgiving. Some people tend to go towards the Black Beauty just because of the darkness and what that has to offer, which is totally different from a hell of a load of snares on the market. Both are viable options. If you can afford both, go for both. One of these will literally change your approach to drumming. You know, if you can get hold of one of these in the studio or otherwise, you got a lot of flexibility there, man. Hell of a lot. And thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe, please. We need those to keep going and keep feeding you decent content about stuff that needs to be talked about. Drums, innit? Please do let us know what you think. Do you prefer the bright snappiness of the 402 that we have here, both high and low, or do you prefer the sounds of the Black Beauty? Do you own one already? Tell us what your experience of that is. I'm sure we'd love to hear more about what you think here at the shop. And yeah, let us know what's your combinations of skin. What skin do you like putting on both the hazy and the top, you know, to make it pop, to make it sound closer to what you think is the perfect snare. Let us know, and with that, I'm gonna be out of here. Take care. Have a good one, guys.